Okay, good morning. Good morning. How are we doing this fine August morning? You get extra brownie points for turning up in holiday season when it's warm, when there are other things on your time, when you're out of routine. You just, you can wear your gold star with pride all day just for having switched on this recording. Well done, team. I'm currently in Tuscany, so this is a recording even for those who normally turn up live. I will be exploring the hills, doing a bit of sunning by the pool. I can't really lie down by the pool, unless I've got a really good book and loads of shade. I will be taking my resistance bands with me, do like a little bit of a morning workout a couple of times in the holidays, not because I feel like I have to, but it just gets all those happy hormones flying. So arms are out on the diagonal, just saying hello to our shoulders. We will be using our shoulders a little bit today. Thumbs up, fingers in towards the palm, and rotate them up and down. If this is a bit sore on your shoulders, just take the arms down a little bit. I'm thinking, I need to get that upper arm rotating in the shoulder, saying hello to that shoulder joint. Even if we are a bit warm, it's always worth saying hello to our joints, getting them ready, getting them lubricated, getting them moving. Love this one. Just twirling around, finding that little gentle twist in the spine can be so helpful. Okay, hands on the hips, we're just going to gently hinge forwards. My feet are hip distance apart. You're following me. Come on. Okay. So then I'm going to turn my toes in and face forwards. And then I'm going to turn my toes out. So again, just gently, we're just changing the angle of the leg in the hip joint, and it just helps to get a different kind of movement pattern, a different stretch, different length into the fascia, into the muscles. Legs out nice and wide. We're going to finish with a little bit of a leg strength workout. So always worth giving them a nice little stretch anyway, particularly if you spend a lot of time sitting down, or if you found in the heat that you've not been moving as much. It's always nice. So gently stepping back. So I'm going to have a look at, come on camera, there we go. Follow me now, maybe. So I'm going to gently take us through some postural tips for that push, that plank and press up, things that should hopefully be really helpful to you. And if you've been coming for a while, you will still find the use. So hips facing forwards, stepping back into a lunge, back knee comes down. Not sure why my camera's not following me properly, so that you can't really see me what I'm doing. But we're going to step down, back knee comes down, reaching the arms up and forwards, and then down, up and forwards. So you might need to hold on to something with one arm, maybe. We're creating length in the front of the body and also encouraging our stabilizing muscles to switch on. Arms out to the side, and rotate into an apple tree in my face. Lets me get attacked by the apples. Okay, then second, other leg, other side. Other leg comes back. We're kind of letting that back knee lead the movement down. So we've got two almost right angles. Reaching the arms up. You might find you a bit wobblier on one side, but on the other. You might find you a little bit tighter on one side than the other. So arms up, a gentle side to side sway. Beautiful stuff. Arms out and rotate. Lovely. So we should be feeling warm-ish, and off we go. Ready for action. So I'm going to go. Come on, it all worked perfectly earlier. Lesley plans and everything. Why are you not following me? So right, there's my mat. So we're actually going to start down on the floor here. So we're going to start, did a little bit of this a couple of weeks ago, looking at the Superwoman when we were doing the hinge, because it's such a good way of supporting good posture, of thinking about our posture. We're going to come back to that again today. Hopefully you can see me okay, with the training in the way. So we're going to start by knees under hips, hands underneath the shoulders, and then just a little bit of a rock side to side. Find the midpoint, so you're not leaning in more into one hip than the other. And pushing through your fingertips so that you're not putting too much weight on your wrists. If the wrists feel uncomfortable here, sometimes it can help to put something under them. Just a tiny kind of a folded mat or a little cloth or something, and just take a little bit of pressure on the off the wrist. So here, so we're sitting here, knees underneath the hips, feet are flat on the ground, gently popping my belly button in towards my spine so that my spine is flattish. Not perfectly flat tabletop, but just flattish. But I'm not hanging down here and I'm not over up. So here, so pull nice and slow, little like that golden thread I talk to you about sometimes. Popping the belly button in. And underneath the shoulders, a little tiny rotation inwards of those elbows when we create stability. A little bit more stability in that body. Tucking one shoulder blade, then the other shoulder blade down the back, so we activate the muscles in the back of the body. Tuck the chin in and look straight down. I know that can sometimes be a bit hard if you're looking extreme. We're going to exhale, and I'm going to push into my left hand and look to create the stability to allow the right hand to float up. Deep breath in, exhale, push it through my right hand, allow the left hand to float up. There's not a huge amount of work. You should feel a little bit like the front of the body is having to engage, perhaps across that front diagonal to support you here. The front of the body is still a part of the movement. Then we're going to come to the back of the body, deep breath in, and we're going to push through the hands and the fingers, not just the wrists, and into the right knee to allow the left leg to float up just gently. Floating up, core stays nice and strong without allowing those hips to wander side to side. So you have your imaginary box of eggs in the back of your pelvis and you don't want to smash on the ground. That's a hell of a tidy, right? Keeping that core nice and strong. Floating through, it's going to be a little bit trickier. I want you to really connect in and you will understand why this is important. Beautiful. And then we can come into the opposite arm and leg coming up if you feel comfortable. So hugging the belly button in. So I'm going to push through my left knee and my right hand. A tiny bit of pressure that creates some stability in the front of the body. Exhale to extend opposite arm and leg. So I should feel fairly stable in the core of my body. Fairly stable. We want that brain to understand how we create stability on all fours. Stability in all fours. The back of the body and the front of the body are part of that stability. The shoulder blades stay tucked down the back. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. Oh, I have a little bit of a wobble there. I'm quite conscious of that imaginary box of eggs. And when I do that, I notice that I engage my core a little bit. Okay. Come up and give your wrists a little bit of a wriggle. Brilliant. Hopefully not very hard. Don't have live feedback. Okay, I'm going to lie down on my front. Back. Lie down on my front here. So I'm going to want to just think about the upper body again a little bit here with a back extension. Those of you who are stronger will do this in different ways. I'm going to go right back to basics. So if you'd like to progress it, then go ahead. But we're going to come down into lying down onto the ground. Hands again are underneath the shoulders, hugging the belly button in. And we're going to exhale and gently lift the head and shoulders off the ground. And then coming back down. So not pushing through the hands, but allowing the hands to be there, create stability. So I'm still gently hugging my belly button off the ground, just gently, and I'm a little squeeze into my glutes, create stability, and take any pressure off my lower back. This is a really useful exercise to target the upper back and often weaken. Been some really interesting research around this back extension exercise and the impact of osteoporosis on women. Now, just because I feel a little bit more secure here, I'm going to let my hands come off using that big exhale. Shoulder blades are still doing tap, tap, tap down the back. My heels tucked in, a little squeeze in my glutes. Core is engaged here, taking the pressure off the lower back. And if you're feeling nice and strong, you can start to take the arms out a little bit wider. Reach out in front and then squeeze the shoulder blades together and come down. You can just stay here. All good. It's all good exercise. No cheating. It's listening to your body. Okay. So we're starting to just think about the back of the body, front of the body. So then, to come back to the front of the body and so target around that hip, around the transverse abdominis, which we also need to be engaged through any of these push movements. Push up into a hip bridge. So my feet planted firmly on the ground. You can take a resistance band and hold it over your pelvis. For those who want to get a little bit more from this exercise, feeling a bit stronger, you can hold it over the pelvis, gently reaching your hands down by the side. Everyone else, I'll leave it there as a reminder that I'm listening to it as we go. We've got loads of apples hanging over my head. Really big thing. Okay, deep breath in. Exhale, push through the heels, which enables the pelvis to tilt back. Squeeze into the glutes. Exhale, coming up to the hips, level with the shoulders, level with the knees. The knees are reaching away. And there's this little band of our transverse abdominis, the space between our hip flexors, between our hips. Gently opening up. I can reach my hands up to make it slightly harder. Keep them down by the side. Or we can have the resistance band over the back. Pushing up through the heels, tilting the pelvis, squeezing the glutes. And coming up. My shoulder blades are still tucked in my back. And up. We often think of this as being kind of particularly for the glutes, and yes, the glutes are activated here. But I like the hip bridge for the activation of the transverse abdominis and for the little spinal mobility that we get through doing this too. So that tilting of the pelvis, gently lifting the vertebrae off the ground and then allowing them to come back down. Three more of these. Tilting the pelvis. And breathing up. Beautiful stuff. I hope that feels really good. Does that feel good? We're going to go through those just one more time. Just to kind of get that brain-body connection going. And then we really get to action. So hands onto the shoulders, knees under the hips. Gently sliding the shoulder blades down the back. Now, shoulders are away from the ears. Lovely, long, strong neck. Exhale. Deep breath in. Hugging that belly button in for a lovely flat back. And as we exhale, we're going to gently push opposite hand and knee into the ground and allow the space and the strength in the front of our body, the back of our body to keep it stable as we lift opposite arm. Don't drop those eggs in the back of your pelvis. Lovely stuff. Engaging the core, thinking about where those shoulder blades are. Pushing through the fingers, not just into the wrist, as you allow that space. One more on each side, finding the length. That connection to the back of the body. Okay, then plugging the belly button in towards the chest. Deep breath in, exhale. And we're lifting the top of the body. Back that chin in, a little squeeze in the glutes. You might keep your hands down on the ground. And that's okay too. We don't want to overextend. Build that strength. Back of the body. Stretching. And letting it go in the neck. Move back, keep the core engaged. Then you want to take the body, put your hands out to the side, then front. But really, we're wanting to just create strength. And that mind-body connection. A couple more. Brilliant. And then we're going to come over onto our backs, into that hip bridge. Hand over your hips. We have a weight here. It changes your posture. We can just have your arms up above, or down on the ground. A deep breath in, feet firmly planted. Pushing the heels into the ground to enable the pelvis to tilt. A little bit of engagement starts and transfers down to across the front of the hips. Squeezing into the glutes and then lowering back down. Deep breath in, squeeze, pushing the knees away. Lovely. Way. Strength. The strength here comes from the glutes and from the front of the body. Pushing up, tilting. And then enabling different parts of the lower us down. Again, could be holding that band towards the front of the body. Beautiful. Brilliant. Those. And last one, pushing through the heels, push the knees away. So the pelvis squeezing into the glutes and then gently lowering back down with control. Brilliant. Please having a chance. Okay, so now what I want us to do now is to think about plank. Our plank set up to start with. That creating strength in the front of the body. So yeah, I'm going to come back to my superwoman position. Come back to my hands underneath my shoulders, knees underneath my hips. So hugging that belly button in, that golden thread, gently tugging from behind my belly button. Shoulders, legs gently tuck down my back. Tiny rotation of the elbows forward, so we've got that little rotation to create strength and stability in the shoulders. Pushing gently through the fingertips to take a bit of pressure off the wrists. And then I'm going to step one leg out, create some length in the back of the body. Deep breath in. Exhale, really think about what that core is doing. Exhale, we're just going to step back up. My hands are still underneath my shoulders. My core is strong, a little bit of glute engagement here. So we've got this really nice, strong position. And then we're going to lower our knees down. A little stretch. And think about how that felt. I'm going to try again. Think again about that stability. Core lovely and strong. If you can hold this for longer, go ahead. But this is about getting into that plank position, feeling good. Pushing one foot away. Core nice and strong. So we feel that strength in the front of the body, hugging in the belly button, thinking about what's happening to our shoulders, what are we doing in those other exercises. Feeling lovely and strong in this time. Now this comes down. Okay. Now what I want to do now is to make this a bit more of a dynamic exercise that the shoulders can follow. We're just going to do a couple of walkouts into a plank position. So walking out and coming back again. Hoping that I dodged the apple tree. So I'm going to bend my knees, bring my hands down to the ground, gently walking myself out to that plank position, finding that stability again, pushing through my fingertips, little rotation, shoulder blades tucked down the back, exhale, walking myself back up. Not quite a yoga or Pilates walk out. We're allowing ourselves a really generous bend in the knees. Coming here. So thinking again, what's that position for? Core, lovely and strong. Beautiful. One more of those. Walking ourselves out into that plank. Core, nice and strong. Creating that stability. And then gently walking ourselves back up. Okay. So now, what I want to do, help us come back to that plank position. Gently lower ourselves down. As if we're doing a press up, but just the downward part of it. So here we are. Hands underneath the shoulders, core lovely and strong. Elbow flips down. And then I'm going to lower ourselves down. If that feels like that, it's just like my brain is not going to do that. Then gently bring the knees down, hugging the elbows in, lower yourself down gently. Okay, that's it. Then we just gently push ourselves. Come back to that position. So it's going to be here, and lowering yourself down, keeping the elbows tucked in. Or you can be here, lowering yourself down, making those triceps work, just in one direction. So we're going to be here, lowering ourselves down. Or lowering ourselves down. Just that lowering bit. If that really feels out, don't be shouting at me. If that really feels just too much, then take a slightly over here. I've got a step. I don't know if you can see me. So we can take a step. So it could be the bottom stairs, it could be the back of the chair, and you're just going to gently lower yourself down and back up again. But I've still got that plank position, that core, shoulders, everything else. And what we're really thinking about here is that gentle lowering and then back up, gentle lowering and then back up. And how does that feel? I hope it feels good. So, one part. Okay. So the next one we want to do here. So that's a little bit of what I'd like you to do is just think about how you might practice that. I'm just going to give my wrists a little bit of a wriggle. I hope your wrists are feeling okay. It's all good. It's all good. Doing brilliantly. What we're going to do now is using a step, the back of the chair, or wherever, is I want to do the push up part of it. So you can be down on your knees to start with on the steps and come down and then step yourself back up to standing. And how well that works, actually. So what I want here is to focus on that, this bit, that big strong exhale and a coming back up. If you're down on the ground, we can do this on your knees in a box position or in a half plank. So your knees, hands are underneath the shoulders, deep breath in, just this bit, okay, relaxing down. So shoulder blades are tucked down the back, core is nice and strong, deep breath in, exhale, keeping those elbows gently tucked into the side and making the triceps work. Deep breath in, hugging the belly button in, little bit of engagement in our glutes. Whole body moves. I don't want this. So I don't want an arch in the back. This is too much pressure on. We want to be almost as if we're being pulled from our core. And just above the back of our pelvis, pull the whole body up. They're not snagging. I hope that makes sense. Whole body. So that's why we're here in box position. I think the steps are better than this because this can play a bit with our posture in not a great way. But even if we're in box position, I want that nose to be coming down between and that upper body stays upright, but stays straight. So core is nicely switched on. Nose come down, elbows stay switched in. So choose your weapon. Right, I don't mean weapon. Choose your position. Where does that expression even come from? Anyway, so choose your position just for that lowering down. So quite often when we do a press up, we end up just doing the top. So what I want is with the pushing up, it's almost like you start here and then you exhale up. You start in the lowest position, exhale up. So you might be down here and just pushing up your knees, gently hugging the belly button in, shoulder blades down the back. Deep breath in, exhale, the whole body moves with you. And this is me just trying to get brain and body to feel the different parts of that push movement. Sometimes when we approach the whole movement, it kind of overtakes us and it feels like it's too much. I hope that's all good. So that when we come to building up to a press up, you might not ever want to get there, and that's fine too, but you might want to feel like you could just do one. I always, at the end of my summer sessions, I always get my classes to do just one press up on their feet, having kind of built up to it over a number of weeks, just as a way of kind of feeling that sense of moving your body weight around from the ground. But equally, this could work, and it could be a nice bit of homework, is as you're going up the stairs at home, you just do one little press up. It's actually quite a nice way to play with press ups on the stairs, because you can, at the bottom of the stairs, you can decide how far up you want to go. The other place to do this is the kitchen counter. That's a really nice height. And you can gradually step further back, lower yourself down. I know often I get asked, like, I always suggest you keep the elbows tucked in towards the side, partly because it helps protect the shoulders, but it does mean we're really working the triceps, this little muscle at the back of the arm, which is often a little bit weaker. And so that's why it's worth building up from the steps, kitchen counter and wall. So I hope that's helpful. And if you're feeling brave, if you've been with me a while, then we're just going to get you to do one. So you walk out to that plank, core nice and strong, hugging that belly button in, pushing the heels away, squeezing into the glutes. Lower yourself down and up. And despite my strength training all the time, press ups and me are not that friendly. So if I can do two, I'm happy. You can do one, be really happy. If you can do one from your knees, also happy. Just the act of doing this is great. Okay. So we're going to take the attention back away from our arms for a moment and just move back to some squats and lunges. Come back up here. You can see me a bit better. All right, still not working properly, but here we go. So if you've got a nice friendly weight with you, go ahead and grab it. And then we're just, sorry, just setting up my timer, which is not as conveniently set up as I thought. And we're just going to come to a squat and a heel raise with or without a weight. So I've got one, here's one I prepared earlier, hugging that in front of me, thinking about my posture, gently tucking in, hugging in my belly button, not squeezing the glutes, lovely upright posture. I'm going to take my feet out just wider than the hip distance apart as I come down into a squat, Here you go. So I'm going to come down into a squat and I'm going to stay here and I'm gently going to lift one heel and then the other. One heel and then the other. One heel and then the other. So we're really getting those quads. If that feels too much, just come into a regular squat. It's all good. If you've been with me a while, we know this is a great way of challenging our stability, our core, and our quadriceps. You've got 10 seconds left in case you needed to know. Keeping that core strong. Let me get a little bit of movement into our feet too, which is always a good thing, especially you were wandering around in flip-flops. Okay, so we're going to do something similar with a lunge. My feet are about hip distance apart. I'm going to step one foot back into a lunge, down into that lunge position. A little pulse at the bottom of the lunge, 3, 4, and then a heel raise, 2, 3, 4, pulse, 2, 3, 4, heel raise, 2, 3, 4, pulse, 2, 3, 4, heel raise, 3, 4. We've got 10 seconds left. In case you need to know. 4, core lovely and strong, back nice and straight. 3, 5, 4, 3, 2. Shake out those legs. We're going to find our posture again. Step back, feet hip distance apart. Feet are on train tracks. Back knee comes down. 1, 2, 3. Little pulses, little heel raises. If that's heel raises too much, should have said this, shouldn't I? You just come to a regular old static lunge. Really, it's not cheating. It's about listening to what your body wants and needs, and remember that you're already winning. We're turning up in August. 3, 4, lifting up a heel. 2, 4, hugging that belly button in, lovely, strong, long back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. And then I was just going to come and do a lateral lunge. So again, with and without the, going to step back, sideways lunge and up to the middle and out to the side. Sitting back and down a little bit, keeping that back nice and straight. Stepping out. Get those lateral glutes a little bit more. Good stuff. Really well. Without the weight, this is still a good exercise. Okay, phew. Let's have this slight doubt that this is working. Right. Oh gosh. Something's gone on with my microphone, so I'm really hoping that you've all managed to hear that. All of it. Sorry. Okay, so back to the beginning. Core nice and strong. Down into a squat. Oh, feet slightly wider here. We're going to lift up one heel and then the other. Core lovely and strong, nice strong. Oh dear. Going to test whether or not I've got any sound on this video. 20 seconds left. Core nice and strong. Smiling. This is one where smiling is essential. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we're going to come into a lunge. Again, checking in on our posture. Stepping back, feet are parallel. One foot behind the other. And we're coming. 4 little pulses. And 4 little heel raises. This is not the best set. Slightly concerned about slipping. 3, 4. It's been a bit drizzly in the wild country today. Okay. 4 nice and strong. Definitely feeling that in my quadriceps now. Little heel raise. 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A little rest, and then I'm going to switch back to the other side. Feet facing forwards, knee down, and off we go. Remember, we can just turn this into a regular lunge if that feels better for you, without the heel raise. You don't need the weight. If it's starting to feel too much, drop the weight. 2, 1. Lift up that heel. Oh, it's a bit slippery here. Okay. So obviously a little bit less stable on that side. Got 5 seconds left in case you needed to know. 3, 2, 3, 2, few, right? Little lateral lunge here. Brilliant stuff. Nearly done. Stepping across and up. Sitting back and down, pushing off from that heel, and you get that engagement into the glutes. Brilliant. Well done, team. Gold stars all around. We're doing brilliantly. 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. So, question is, would you like to do that one more time? Is that a resounding yes? Can I see the thumbs up in the ether? Oh, yes. Just one more. Okay, back down into that squat. Remember, it could just be a regular squat. Okay. Or you can do this little heel raise called Lovely and Strong. Already smell nice to the flies now. A bit of a worry, isn't it? Wobbling. That's nothing. 10 seconds left. Core nice and strong. Oh, can you see I'm drifting upwards? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank goodness for that. Okay, so feet facing forwards in parallel. Step 1 foot back. Core nice and strong. Back knee down. 4 little pulses. 3, 4. This is the hardest one here. Good stuff. 3. Oh, halfway. Okay, we can do it. We can do it, team. Just did some lunges before doing this class. Definitely was a bad idea. Right, so if you're moaning at me, please forgive me. Oh, I'm right there with you. Okay. If you're not, then fair play. So other leg, feet are parallel, step straight back. I mean, back knee comes straight down. 3, 4 little pulses, 4 little heel raises, or just a regular up and down. Holding onto a chair if you need it, it's all good. Lifting up that heel. I don't want to do this either, keep going. 20 seconds left. Oh, I shouldn't have told you that. 20 seconds always feels too long. Better when it's 10. Right? 10 seconds left now. Oh, we're nearly there, we're nearly there. 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Always a relief when that buzzer goes, right? Okay, stepping side to side into that lateral lunge. And now we really are done. Out to one side, then up, out to the other. Okay, so I'm sitting back and down, pushing back up to my heels, so I really activate into the glute, into the bum. Feet stay facing forwards. Ish. I'm noticing that this one really wants to turn inwards. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're done. So just to get those big muscles working, it's always good. Gives our metabolism a bit of a boost, gives our mood a boost too. Before we stop and do our little stretches, I wanted to come back to that press up again. So just a reminder, hands underneath the shoulders, shoulder blades wrap down the back, tuck that chin in, core is strong, elbows tucked in, and we push up. We can use the stairs, back of the sofa, kitchen counter. We can do it down on our knees. What's great to do is to find a way of just doing one. Just do one a day for a week, you know, just on the stairs as you go up. Or once a day, morning cup of tea, kitchen counter, just one. And the reason I say just one is that sometimes, sometimes it's, sometimes we end up doing more than one, which is a good thing. Okay, so next, we just need a little stretch and a congratulation on the shining of our imaginary gold stars. So bring one arm up, hands down between the shoulder blades if you can, and a very, very gentle hugging in. This doesn't work for you, it's okay. Just bear with me and we'll move on. So we need to stretch into that tricep. A gentle hug. You know, sometimes shoulders don't let us do this, and it's okay. We will get into it in a different way. And then you're going to bring one arm gently across. Gentle hug, maybe a bit lower down, depending on how your shoulder is feeling. You're just saying hi again to those muscles and joints, and saying thank you. And this is another way we create length around the shoulder. It can help the biceps a little bit. Well done, team. I hope you're feeling good about yourself. All right. Just because we don't want to forget. So we used our legs, gentle stretch to the back of the leg, touch the toes down and up. And it's not just about stretching out for exercise. This is just a good thing to do. It's like a good thing to do for us when we sit down a lot, run or cycle. Finding length in the back of the legs can really help our overall posture and gait, help with backache, help with knee pain. We've got lovely long muscles. For yoga and Pilates and stretching and those can be so helpful. So I hope you guys have tried them out. And anyone who finds like they're ready for a little bit more, remember that Clara offers a class on a Monday, which is available on Catch Up. It's slightly more challenging than mine. You could do a combination of both. So I will be back live on the 11th and the 18th of August, and then again another recording at the end of August. Hope you guys are having fun. Hope you're looking after yourselves well, crossing another ankle over. Remember, you can do this one sitting down if it's too much for your balance. It's not cheating, you still get the same stretch. You want to create a bit of a stretch around the bum. Particularly after those lovely squats and lunges. Maybe a bit of a challenge there at the end. And then we're going to bring a heel up to the bum. Find my balance on this slightly uneven surface. Bringing a heel up to the bum, I need a lot of momentum there. That one. Knees together, gently nudging the pelvis forwards. And release. Now, my other leg, I always find a little bit tricky. So I'm going to try the resistance band trick to see if I can help me here. So I'm just hooking it around. It's not helping very much, is it? I'm going to use my other hand for now, which is not great because it's too much of a twist, really. Working on this, I've got a bit of a rotation going on in my pelvis. The knees together, nudge that pelvis forward. I do better with that one lying down. Well done, team. Give yourself a pat on the back. You've done brilliantly today. A little stretch, a little length, a little well done. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. Take care. Bye.